Welcome back to Rimworld. Now, the last time we played, we ended the game with a raid. And one that didn't entirely go in our favor. We're still cleaning up the mess from that. We gained some new people and lost one of them already. I'm not even sure if Meza lasted an entire day. Well, that was mostly my fault. I gave somebody grenades, even though I know better. Pawns cannot be trusted with grenades, ever. So that's on me. And so now we're going to start cleaning up from our rather disastrous encounter with the raiders. And let's just get going. We have a lot of people with a lot of injuries that all need to be tended. And a lot that needs to be cleaned up down here. We do have some firearms out here that need to be picked up. Most of them are in good condition still. We managed to pick up a heavy submachine gun. It's not one of my favorite weapons, but it is generally regarded as one of the better weapons in the game, especially if you have a base that's rather tight quarters. And even though we're going to have ourselves a kill box up here for our entrance, if we were to have raiders dropping in from above, it is the kind of weapon that we would like to have on hand. So having at least one person with one will be a good thing. Looks like everyone should be more or less out of danger. You still need to be tended. You're fine. You've been tended, even though you got pretty beat up. You've been tended. Well, we knew what we were getting into with you. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with her. The bad back we can take care of with a bionic spine. That's no problem. The Alzheimer's, only Lucy can fix that. We don't have any Luciferium. We don't really have any money yet either. And keeping up with a colonist addicted to Luciferium is a rather expensive endeavor. We'll see how things go and make our decision later on based on that. And then you took a shot to the leg, but it looks like you're going to be alright. So let's clear these out. We know that. We need a meditation spot. Alec needs a meditation spot. So we're going to put one in Alec's room. Let's get rid of one of these sleeping spots. We'll come down here and we will add a meditation spot. That way he can get up first thing in the morning and do his meditation and he should be happy. He needs the meditation to keep up the energy for his psi focus. Even though we only have one ability, it is a fairly good ability. Something that we might want to use. And probably something I could have made more use of in that last encounter. Which brings me to what we should be working on this time around. We have a lot of plans on the ground here for what we want built. But if this last raid showed us anything, it's that we need a focus on defense. I'm going to give everyone a chance to get back up and on their feet again. And then I think we really need to put a lot of effort into getting this built, along with an outer wall. So how are we doing on stone? Because we're going to need a lot of it. We have no granite left. So we're going to change the priority on this. And hopefully we can get some people working on that. And I want everybody to put some effort into this. Looks like element. I want you to have some priority there. Doctor, no, you don't have any skill in doctoring. Bed rest, not for right now, because we need the work. You do have 1 flame in wardening, we'll let you do that. 1 in hunting. With the permanent summer, we'll leave you on 3 for farming. You can do it if you have time, but we shouldn't need a whole lot from you. Looks like Alec's back on his feet. That's a good thing. And you're hauling wood. We're going to speed up time here a little bit and just let things run for a minute. You're hauling more wood. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I set the wood for haul urgently, which is why they're prioritizing it over everything else. And we have enough sleeping spots in the other rooms that we actually don't need this. We also have these tables up here, which means that we don't need these either. Everyone has their own tables, and we have tables in the common room. I also think that I'd like to get another freezer built up here just for meals. If we make sure the meals are up here, everyone should congregate in this general area. And our research for microelectronics is almost done. Tantrum? Oh, you're just gonna break random things. Well, I really wish you wouldn't. But it's not too terrible, so we can let that go. Looks like I missed some flooring over here. We'll queue that up. I don't believe anyone's gonna get to it too soon, but whenever they do. Alright, and we got this built. So we're gonna clear everything there. Come down here to meals. All meals except for package survival, no slime. We're not going to have any slime, but I still don't want it. And no nutrient paste, because we're not using nutrient paste. Everyone is starving, though. Why is everyone starving? Well, I guess the answer to that would be because no one is cooking. No one is cooking because my best cook is having a tantrum. Wait. Was it you? Alec? Yes? Not assigned to cooking. Oh wait, I'm looking at handling. Hold on. Cooks. Marshall and Lamp. Marshall, you're constructing, and Lamp, you're cleaning. I need you to come cook. Everybody is starving because you're not cooking. And yes, colonist is left unburied. We'll deal with that as soon as I figure out where. For the time being, we don't have a morgue. So we're just going to go ahead and build a sarcophagus where we can. And we'll go ahead and use the sandstone blocks for that. Yeah. And make it at least normal quality. I mean, we wouldn't want to bury a colonist in an awful sarcophagus, even if he is new. Was new? Definitely not new anymore. Hiding in room because he's badly malnourished? Well, I'm sorry, but I needed you cooking in the first place. At least we do have some meals on the floor. That counts for something. It looks like we're going to come out of this all right, though. An aurora, but we don't really have any night owls, so not very many people are going to see it, I don't think. We do have Mend and Recycle installed, so before all these people get moved, I want to have them stripped. We'll be able to recycle their clothing back into scraps of cloth that we can use to make other things. Not part of vanilla, but it's something very handy. You usually don't get much, but if you get several articles of clothing that are of the same type, by the time you break down 3 or 4 of them, you can make one of something else. Sarcophagus is ready. And you're cleaning. Would you please come strip and then bury him? There we go. And that should make everyone feel a lot better. Malaria? You've got to be kidding me. Okay, Alec and Marshall. And Alec, you are not my best medic. Okay, so Alec, I want you to rest. Marshall, I want you to rest. And Lamp, what are you doing? Marjo, I'm skeptical about letting you do the tending given your condition. Let's see how you do. Only 46%. Alec got 90% though. So I think we're okay letting Marjo do the medical. That is going to take them out of commission for a long time now, though. Malaria is one of the nastier diseases in the game. And I thought that it was restricted only to jungles, but apparently not. Right now, your disease offset, though, is going up well, so I'm not too worried. What about you? Barely ahead. We'll let it run and see what happens. Hopefully we don't lose anyone else. But just in case. Let's get another one of these built. It'd be better to have one ready just in case so that we don't have the mood debuff of people being left unburied. Looks like we're getting plenty of granite done. And that's a good thing. So let's consider how we're going to be playing this. What I think we're going to do is we're going to leave these sides open. And this will be the place where my colonists can come and take cover while giving them a nice crossfire here. This may or may not work. And we'll leave this corner open. So let's lay down some blueprints. We'll do that. We'll do that. I think maybe later on we can replace some of this too with these embrasures that we can shoot through and maybe use this area for turrets. Just to give us a little bit of extra firepower. We'll start with this, though, and see what it does. And if there's not enough support here to fill in the entire roof, we can put a support beam in here. Normally that wouldn't be very good because people could hide behind it and use it for cover. But with this crossfire kill box that I've got here, it wouldn't matter which side they take cover on, they'll be exposed from one side. It's an interesting idea. I suppose I'll see if it actually works. This is unconventional, to say the least. And while everyone else is sleeping, let's see if we can plan out the outer perimeter wall. We want to make sure that we leave a path around everything. It gives you room to maneuver on the off chance that you actually get invaded through the walls, which tends to happen a lot. There we go, that side's done there. Bring this down. Down like that. Okay. Come off of here. Bring this wall over. And that one up. We'll take care of this corner. Which make it a little misshapen due to the deeper water. We'll bring this down. And we'll just dead end it right there like that. Okay. We'll clean a little bit of this up. Get that corner, get all of this. And there we go. The blueprints for a new perimeter wall. It'll be a lot of stone, it'll be a lot of work. But I think it'll be worth it in the end. How is everybody doing? 22% infection versus a 31% immunity. You are doing fantastic. 17 infection versus 33 immunity. Also fantastic. I almost wish it told me who did the last treatment, just in case I missed it. Because if this is still Margot doing it, then I am impressed. She might have Alzheimer's, but she's a fantastic doctor. Let's see. And what are you doing? You're harvesting. Do we have any meals made? Says we do. But that is not full. Oh, wait. They're in here. That's why. Let's make sure we're not putting the meals in there. We'll take them straight out to the other cooler. There we go. Much better. Okay. And how are you? It is very upsetting that you have malaria. Because you are, like, my only constructor, which means that until you get better, nothing is getting done. The same thing goes with Alec. He's our only researcher. The two most important things in the entire colony, and both got taken out by disease. Oh well. Worse things have happened. We'll survive this. Looks like I forgot to put a light in here. We'll get that taken care of. And Lamp just got the cloth done. How much does that give us? Almost 1,000. These wood floors are nice in here, but I'd like to get them carpeted. In terms of beauty... Nope, wrong icon. This icon. The wood is just completely neutral. But the carpet looks nice. And people appreciate nice rooms. It's not a huge buff, but anything you can do to keep your colonists happy is a good thing. And Marshall... Well, that was awful. A 0.74. Thankfully, he's already got a 74% immunity over a 38% infection. Because that was just the worst. Stay in your bed. Please do not doctor. In fact, I'm going to take you off of doctoring. Don't do it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take you off of doctoring too. Just in case you get any ideas. Leave the doctoring to the proper doctors. And yes, I am aware that you're a vet. But I guess some things just don't translate. A donkey. How are we doing on meat? Not bad on meat. We could have more meat. Somebody kill the donkey. And a new quest. Worker lending. They want one of our colonists for 5 days. It's not a bad quest. I mean, a little bit of royal favor would do us just fine. The real question, though, is can we afford to let anyone go? I mean, Lamp is our primary gardener and cook. Marshall's our building. Alex our researcher. Marjot's my doctor. Element? Let's see. You have flames here that I didn't or forgot to set. You are an amazing crafter. As a matter of fact, you should be doing crafting right now instead of growing. Okay, so I really cannot send anybody right now. I think this is one quest that we're going to have to skip. How are these doing? You're at 94%. And Marjot, you just tended with some of the lowest quality I've ever seen. Did I speak too soon when I praised you? Well, it's terrible quality, but it looks like they're almost over it to begin with. I think in the next day they should get up. Which will be good. Well, you must be feeling better, because you're looking to put yourself back in the hospital. How badly did you get hurt? Yep, you got over your malaria just to get yourself beat up by a donkey. I mean, sometimes I just can't even. And looks like you just got over yours. Yes, you did. Fantastic. It's good to have you back, Marshall. And there she goes. Now we'll get some good construction done. What is your construction at these days? Just turned to 12. That is fantastic. Oh yeah, 12 in any stat is not just desirable. You go looking for that kind of stuff. And if we can get Element to keep up with the crafting, make sure that we keep topped off on bricks, we could actually get a lot of construction done pretty quickly. What are you working on? And see, just like that, we've almost bounced back entirely. I'm going to take you off of bed rest. No one has infections, no one has diseases, so I don't want you lying around all day. You can work with a few bumps and bruises. Looks like it's about that time. Yep, everyone's heading back to bed. We do still need to get these rooms up and running. Right now, though, we can work with what we've got. We need to get some defenses online. It's actually going to cost us a little bit more given how spread out everything is. We could have gone a different route with this base and kind of consolidated everything together into one big structure that would have been much easier to defend. This does have a certain charm to it, though. There, Alec is using the meditation spot we put down for him. How much longer are you going to be staying with us? You're leaving in a little bit less than 6 days. Oh, I heard construction over here. You go, Marshall. Very good. Now, let's see if we can roof this. A bulk goods trader. That is useful. While you're out here, would you please strip these people? I know it's unpleasant, but... Oh, and also... Marjo... You have a pistol, you have grenades. I do not want you carrying grenades. So come equip this before it deteriorates any further. And then bring the grenades back in. We may have a use for those grenades later on. How's our roof looking over here? Yep, it looks like we're going to have a small gap in the roof just because of the distance in here. Although, I think I might let that go. There is kind of a nice thought about having a skylight in the middle of our entrance. I can live with that. You've got that building, and that reminds me, let's see if these guys have anything to trade. Let's see. Nothing too particularly interesting. We have our own supply of cloth growing, so we can get rid of some of these leathers. This will give us a little bit of silver. Just for us to start off with. And we'll leave it at that. We got our other sarcophagus done. Hopefully we don't have to use that anytime soon. And Alec, you're still working on crafting. Well, I mean, I guess the crafting does have the same priority as research. So research will lag for a bit until we can catch up on crafting. We have plenty of granite blocks though, so let's start getting this outer wall done. And we'll do this basically just one stretch at a time. If we overload them with work, it'll slow everything down. And we'll make sure to put some doors in here at regular intervals. You know what? I'll even add embrasures, just in case. That way, on the off chance that we have, say, wild animals or something, we can shoot back that way. Add more embrasures there. Okay, and we'll let them get that done first. Marjo's having a heart attack? Where are you at? There you are. Who's our next best doctor? Lamp. Lamp is already rescuing. A heart attack? Really? There was nothing wrong with your heart, though. Failed, failed, success. That was close. Yeah, you stay close to home. I don't trust you. So, apparently Marjo has Alzheimer's and a bad back, and is also prone to heart attacks. What have I gotten into? And if you guys would be working over here, get rid of these corpses. We're having a party? Cool. Parties are good. Having a party out in the middle of the rice field? Bit questionable. But, I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I do think I'm going to adjust this wall, though. Yeah, we're going to bring it down one. There we go. That looks a bit better. I like to keep my pass 3 wide. I think it has a nice look to it. There's really nothing saying that you couldn't go bigger or smaller. I know that 4 wide paths look excellent because you can do things like flowers along the sides of the roads or just grass. Oh, and now you're confused. Come on. Oh, guess not. But yeah, with a 4-wide path, you can grow on either side of it and make very nice looking roads and towns. Didn't do it in this colony, but I am strongly thinking about it for the next one. I don't know why there's components out here. Get those brought in. Okay, let's see if we can get any more of this done. I'd like to at least get this last wall section finished off before we think about cutting it for the day. And Marjo just will not come back to us. Element and Alec both cutting stone. They can easily keep up with Marshall. So this should not take too long. Looking good, looking good. And this will be a good bulwark in case we get raided again. It's not a perfect defense, but it will give us at least something to use. In this case, something will be better than nothing. Later on, we'll mine this out to open up this pathway. It also means that she's probably going to try to roof this. And we don't want to roof this. Where did you go? You were almost done. Come on. And there we go. That's done. We can definitely finish up this side too. So let's see. I'll go another door. More embrasures for the door. And then walls across. At the same time, how we do on clothing? Everything's been made. We're not going to get any research done until we finish up with this construction, I think. Unless I bump up Alec's research. Which wouldn't be a bad thing. No. We'll definitely do that. Oh, now we've got element researching. Did I turn yours up? No, I turned Alex up. I'll leave that as a 2. If Element can find time to research, so can Alec. There goes Marshall. And now that she's back to building, that'll kick everyone else back to crafting and getting more stone cut. We are looking good. Chief died. I do not see how this impacts us in any way. We're already enemies with them. Let's face it, if he didn't die on his own, we probably could have killed him ourselves. Not that we would, of course. No, we're better than that. I mean, we're the good guys. Right? I think. We're kind of good. Okay. And now that everyone's back on their feet, I'm looking at where we're at right now. And this all looks pretty good. We've got our entrance built. We've got the entire southern wall built. Everyone's back on their feet. No major incidents this time around. We do need to get this finished up, though. Come on, Marshall, do what you do best. And we finally got microelectronics. Here's where the exciting stuff begins. Okay, so we'll deal with our next research project in a minute. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to get rid of this bench entirely. As soon as Marshall has time to come through and deconstruct it. And I know we're running a little bit long on time here, but when you make progress, sometimes it's just that good. So we're going to give everyone a chance to grab some sleep. And I think, Marshall, what we're going to do is I'll force you to do that as soon as you get up. Quest expires? Oh yes, that was for worker lending. And we're still not doing that. And a raid. From the Coalition of Cantro. Hey guys, didn't your chief just die? Do you really want to add to the number? Well, unfortunately, our defenses are not ready yet, so we're going to do the best we can with what we've got. Everybody come together over here. Says they're attacking immediately. Everyone does have a weapon, right? You, get your gun out. You are incapable of violence. Why are you out here? You go hide. We got this. So we've got several rifles, several machine guns. Move up here. They're all melee, so we'll have to be kind of careful to make sure they don't get too close. Okay. Don't let them get close. And please, for the love of God, don't shoot each other. Okay, they're running. Run them down. Good job, guys. And who are you that you dare survive? So, a tribal child turned weaver. You're sickly, you're annoying, but you have a lot of passions. So, we have a couple of decisions here. We could take a prisoner. The passions are great. I mean, the things that she's great at, she's always going to be great at. The things that she's not so great at, she'll be awesome at later on. Sickly is a problem, though. Sickly characters get sick a lot more often, and if you don't have a good source of medicine, that can be a problem. And she's also an addict. Which means that if we were to try and capture her and try to recruit her, we would have to deal with her addiction, which is going to cause her a number of mental breaks before she finally gets over it. All in all, let's see. First off, who are you people? The Coalition of Cantro? You are always hostile. Which means that if we rescue you, there's no point in letting you go. The decision really has to be made right now. We either execute you on the spot, or we capture you and recruit you. I'm not sure about this, but part of me says it's worth it to try. So that's what we're going to do. Marjo, go ahead and capture. And a blight? Really? Alright, plant cut is going to have to go all the way up. So that we can cut everything. Actually, you are too slow at this. She'll end up bleeding out. Okay. So looking at the prisoner here, 63% difficulty is doable. We do have a couple of people with decent social skills. 44% recruitment chance, 19 resistance. That's going to take a while to get over. But we're going to set this to recruit and let people do their best. Come on. Cut. Cut. Okay. Well, the blight's taken care of. Get these corpses out of here. We just so cannot handle that right now. Okay, we can turn plant cutting back down. All in all, though, we didn't have any injuries from that. We took a prisoner. Nothing was destroyed. We got to keep our wind turbine. It got a little dinged up, but it's all right. We've got this removed now. So let's come out of production. High-tech research bench. This thing is huge, but very good. And it's going to fit right there. The regular research bench has basically maxed itself out at 75% of research speed. But this is the real deal. Once we get it built, it will go all the way up to 100% speed. It is what we need. Not to mention, it will unlock a whole bunch of other things. So, as for what we should do next, I think that we should get to work on crafting. With the crafters that we have in this colony, if we learn how to make our own guns, we'll be able to outfit our defenses pretty well. We'll also need to work on things like armor, especially helmets. Looks like Marshall's hard at work. Come on, Marshall. And there it is. Now that we've got that, we can get rid of this one too. And we can get the other important thing from microelectronics. Just down here, a comms console. That, along with a couple of these orbital trade beacons. And we can start trading with ships coming in space. It will open up entire new avenues of wealth for us. Especially once we can get things like drug production online, which we need to start taking advantage of soon. I think, however, that'll be a task for next time, because we're already way over time. And we're in good shape. So we're going to leave it off here, and I will pick this up next week. Thanks for watching. See you next time.